Okay, so hello everyone. Hello, Professor. So we are Group 7, and my name is Feng Mingqi, and we have Zhang Xinyu, Zhou Miao. And for our article review, we want to talk about the Contra Law 2.0 smart contract at beginning of the end of the classical Contra Law. All right, so let's talk about the introduction. So with the development of the technology, the blockchain has developed very quickly. And since the born of the Bitcoin in 2009, it is not only being a tool for the digital currency, but also has the development of the functional of the smart contract. So here is a question that what is the smart contract? So that is the digital arguments that work automatically without the human thinking, without the third party. And this contract improve work efficiency, and people can shorten the time for making the contract. But every coin has two sides, right? So here is also bringing a lot of legal challenges. So therefore, our group has the choice has choose this article to gain a deep understanding for the issues between smart contract and traditional contract law. All right, so in this article, the author clearly lists the issues and challenges faced by the contract law in the third part and divide them into six different issues. So firstly, let's talk about the two issues. The firstly is about the smart contract doesn't create the obligation in the legal meaning. This word point has challenges to the traditional definition of the contract. According to the Section 2H and Section 10 about the Contract Act, the traditional contract law is an enforceable argument under the law, and it must include the contract factors such as the free consent and the consideration and so on. And in addition, the logic about the code is the law has mentioned in the article, and which is highlight the automatically and the technology about the smart contract. So, but here is a strong conflict with the traditional contract law. So, within our understanding, the code is not the law. It is a human created technological act, and that often without the human thinking. So therefore, there was have a significant conflict with Section 2A and Section 2B about the Contract Act. All right, so next issues is smart contract cannot be breached by a party to it. So smart contract will automatically take the effect, and technically there is no way to terminate it. So, but according to the Section 40 and Section 74 about the Contract Act, the contract can be terminated, and if one party has a mistake, another party will be compensated. So this point about the smart contract is also a significant conflict with the contract with the traditional contract law. All right, so let's move on to the next member.
Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Zhang Xinyu, and I will talk about the third issue. Is validated content or entered to not have any impact on smart contract validate? First, under Section 10 and 13 of the Contract Act, for the contract to be valid, it must have free consent. If someone is first taken or misled, then their consent is not free. This is called validated consent, and it means the contract may have not be validated. Also, under 13 and under Section 74, if a contract is broken, then other people can get compulsory compensation for losses. And the first issue is about smart contracts are equal by its nature. Under Section and Section 13, contract must be clear and made by people who have legal able to make them. If their contract is not hard to understand, or if someone cannot agree to it, this contract must be valid. That's all.
Hello everyone, my name is Zhou Miao. I will briefly introduce two legal issues of smart contracts and share some comments. First, the possibility of illegal smart contracts. Smart contracts can be used to perform illegal actions such as hiring hackers or funding terrorism. Because the code executes automatically, legality is not checked. Even if a contract is against the law, it can still be completed by code. This causes serious risk like money laundering. Second, the autonomous nature of smart contracts. They don't follow any national legal system. There is no need for court approval or regulation. This makes it hard to decide who is responsible if something goes wrong.
All right, so after reading the article, we have got a new understanding about the relationship between smart contract and the traditional contract. So, and from the different perspective. All right, so now let's begin the next part. So firstly, is smart contract doesn't create the obligation in the legal meaning. So firstly, because it like about the traditional factors about the contract, so the author believes that there is no obligation was created. Although this viewpoint is very powerful, right? But here it still has some shortcomings, such as when a party join into a smart contract, so I think they must have already understood its regulation and rules. So can we just assume that the two parties have already voluntarily accepted smart contract? So therefore, we believe that the future contract law can be combined with the traditional contract law. So we will also study whether the digital form can make a new form about the contract in order to better combine with the technology and the law. All right, so second issues is smart contract cannot be breached by a party doing. So the author believes that the smart contract rely on the code. In theoretically, there is no possibility about the terminated about the contract. However, if some lawbreakers, some Batman has input the false information in the contract, although the contract will not automatically terminate it, but it still has the conflict with the nature about the contract law. So therefore, we suggest that in the future smart contract processing, it is not possible to do without the technology or rely on it. So we need the third party to conduct the review and keep the key evidence so as to terminate about the smart contract and provide the economy compensation. All right, so next member.
Okay, I will summarize the comment. So first, some people say that if there is no free consent, it does matter for smart contract. But it's not true under normal contract law. If someone was focused or taken, the contract should be not violated. Also, once smart contracts are recorded on the blockchain, they cannot be changed, even if it's called say so. This market is hard to be fixed problem. Also, people say smart contracts are fair to everyone, but it's not really the case. Main user can't have time or skill to read and understand a smart contract. Even if they do, they really cannot change anything. So this means they are not really choice for freely. So a smart contract may not meet the legal rules that say the contract must be clear and agreed by capability people. Okay, that's all.
Okay, now let's look at the comments. First, although smart contracts are useful, they can be dangerous without legal reviews. We need international rules to stop illegal use. Second, their autonomy is efficient, but it creates problems. We should think about combining law and code to make them safer and more responsible. Thank you. That's all.
Alright, so let's make a conclusion. The article provided a forward-looking perspective on how smart contract challenges the traditional contract law. So we found that when the smart contract offer a great convenience and the effectiveness, but they also create legal challenges. So in view of the viewpoint, we believe that the smart contract should be combined with the traditional contract laws. And the smart contract not only bring challenges, but also provide opportunities to improve the contract law and build a suitable legal framework in the digital age. Alright, so this is Group 7 presentation. Thank you for your watching.